everyone, and welcome back to The Little Blue Fly. If this is your first time visiting, welcome, and I invite you to subscribe to our channel. It's as simple as tapping that subscribe button, making sure to select all to receive all of my future postings after you have tapped that bell. So today we find ourselves in the living room. Now, many of you are new here to the Little Blue Fly. We actually, we just recently received quite a large new subscriber base, I guess I'm trying to say. And thank you so much. And again, welcome. So what I would like to do is just take a brief walkthrough of the living room, of the entryway, explaining a few items, since many of you are new, and then we're going to come back to these bookshelves here in the living room, and we are going to decorate them for spring. Now, I don't quite yet have, well, I actually don't have out the bunnies yet, or all the bright, vivid colors. I am still working with what is here at the cottage, because believe it or not, we're still taking items over to the storage. But starting next week, we definitely will have the color and the bunnies. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, so here is a bookshelf that I added stone to the back of, and many of you had mixed feelings about this, but you know, I love it. And it works well for me, and we'll just leave it at that. But anyways, so I placed the pebbles in the back, and I do have a video out on that. I have this little frame that I made. I actually used a few little stickers and papers to put this collage together inside this old frame, and this was actually made quite a few years ago. And then the little beaded handbag that I like to place with it. Down below, I had my husband drill the hole so I could get some power going through here for now, but we will hide that cord soon. And right here is an antique wooden candle stand with a rosy ring candle on top. Now, my rosy ring candles can be purchased from my Amazon storefront, which is linked in my description box if you want to go take a look. And we're going to decorate the lamp. So I'm just going to take you about a little bit. Yes, I lost my mantle with the television because this is the only room we have. But I'm perfectly fine with that. I will be sharing a DIY as well as this table. We are going to be having a wonderful DIY coming up with this table because I want to change it because there's just too much black going on in this corner, and I just would like to lighten it up a bit. The shutter mirror, I'm not sure if any of these are in stock. They are in my Amazon storefront as well. They do come from Bassett Furniture, I believe. And the other mirror, that is also linked in my Amazon storefront. And we're gonna move our way over into the entryway. I have two lamps with red lampshades that I made quite a few years back. This enamel piece in the center of the lamps I actually purchased for $50. It was a Facebook Marketplace find. Very, very heavy. And $50 for this piece is a steal because these go for, oh gosh, close to $1,000. And then the buffet that it's sitting on, the chest, is from Butler. And then up here on the staircase, I placed on some molding and did some gold painting and aging. I do have another video where I shared the whole process of me redoing this whole staircase in a fairy tale theme. Because here at the Little Blue Fly, we just can't have enough whimsy and fairy tale. And then over here in the corner, I have my oval, well, not oval, but my arched bird mirror that also is linked in my Amazon storefront with a 2-tier table. And at the bottom is a basket with Clorox wipes because that's where our mail goes. And we have a fun project getting ready to happen here on the floor. So quite a bit of pieces moving. Then our beautiful chandelier that many years ago this was purchased, and it was Craigslist back then, and it came from Germany. Now this paper here in the back, I'm also going to be placing it up above in the frame. And that is an antique picture frame. Now I actually had this placed in my Amazon storefront. It is recently out of stock, but when it comes back in, I'll make sure to inform everyone. And then once upon a time, we actually placed the letters at the bottom using our Cricut machine. And I have a video showing how to do that. And then we have book decals on the back of the steps. And there's Betsy and Ivan coming for that spring fun. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to start doing is adding some embellishments to my lamp in the corner. And as I stated, I just did some picture collaging here in this small frame, and then I added a little sticker on the outside with this little string because I'm going to eventually place on some charms. It's all about the fine little details when decorating for me. So I want to point this out. Okay, I just I'm a mess over here is what's going on. I thought I had 2 of these small stands. Come to find out, I do not. So I'm going to be using one today and then a medium one as well. And I'm just going to show you the difference of why I decided to share one small and then one, on a larger scale. This is actually an eBay find right here. And brother is sharing with his sister something very rare and special inside this bird's nest. And later on, we're going to revisit just that, what is inside the nest. Brother was out gathering some berries for Mother because she wants to make the children a nice pie to go with Sunday's dinner. And as you can see, little sister, she's just running around all relaxed and free with her baby doll. Since she is the baby, she is relieved from any chores. So I placed that over to the right. And this print is called The Visitor. And both of these prints, they are vintage. They come from Home and Garden Party. And I just love this right here. The little girl stepping up on her tiptoes, trying to reach that door knocker. And brother and sister are in the back, busy looking at the nest. So I hope they hear the visitor at their front door. She has a basket full of baked goods that Mother had her bring over to share with the neighbors. When spring comes about, it gets, all of us get to talking with one another and sharing our winter stories or what we might be doing out in our gardens for the upcoming year. And That's always the good thing about spring, talking with neighbors. So look to the left with the little girl. That picture, it comes down lower. And I like that because the other one, you see how it's kind of hiding up underneath the shelf? We have to fix that. I added in my small little topiaries that are in golden urns. Now, I purchased these like this many years ago. This is a simple DIY. You know, maybe I can do one of these really, because there's many of these urns that are out there, and I can show you all how to gold gild them. It's as simple as just getting a stick. They sell those at Hobby Lobby, or you can go out into your yard and then get a boxwood sphere and place it on top of the stick. But we'll talk more about that later. This is another find, a Facebook Marketplace find, and it is a vintage item. You can see my black and gold that I love with the lions on the side and the claw feet at the bottom. I placed them inside of the topiaries. I love how black and gold play off each other. Now we're going to move up to the next shelf. And again, we're not going to be using a lot of the bright spring colors for right now. I'm going to add in a set of, that's right, look, I found them, Charles Dickens, his works. Love the green. The inside cover is just gorgeous. These books are in excellent condition. And I love the green with the gold. So here is the set. We have A Tale of Two Cities. I mean, great one. Bleak House 1 and 2. These are all great books and movies. The Pickwick Papers, Christmas books, Nicholas Nickleby 1 and 2, and Oliver Twist. I actually do not remember how much I paid for these, but it was a good price. I do know that. And I like how the green is pulling out from the pictures. And now it's time for some chippy goodness. I purchased these bookends when we went to California to go pick up all of our items. I did purchase them from Mulberry Lane. She is in Modesto, California, and she does sell items on her website. Now, before we go up another shelf, I want to share this. This is a standard diary, and really quick, guess how old you think this might be. I'm going to show you here in just a moment, and we're going to go through it a little bit. This was a huge treasure. I've had it for many years. It still has the gold around the pages. So how old do you think it is? Look at that. 1891. Well over 100 years old. And let's see what they put inside diaries back then. Weights and measures. We have the interest table, the laws of states. Sometimes it goes out of focus, but that's okay. We get it back into focus. New weather signals, white flag, blue flag. And look over to the right, antidotes for poisons. Look at this. First, send for a physician, then induce vomiting by tickling throat with a feather or a finger. Drink hot water or strong mustard and water. Swallow sweet oil or whites of eggs. Interesting, right? I just love finding items of old. Postage rates, 1 cent for postcards. Letters, 2 cents. I mean, okay, can we talk inflation? Major? Items like this are just a treasure. Presidents of the United States, festivals and fasts. I mean, you definitely don't see this inside little diaries. And this was just a wonderful treasure to find many years ago, and I think it's in excellent condition. So I'm placing it right on top of the books. Now we can move up to the next shelf. Now I will be adding other items in here as well. This is just what I'm doing for right now, but we will make things a little bit more colorful. I'm gonna start stacking some older books on the shelf here. And I like the 3 over to the left because you have one where the material is frayed and then a cover being completely gone, and then the brown and the gold, that's just great contrast for that set. So I placed 2, so I stacked 2 and then put a single one over to the side. And things are going to change up a little bit more as we go along. And I'm going to add in this round clock that was purchased from the at-home store. And it looked to have stopped at 1:52 and maybe like 3 seconds. I wonder what was happening around the world at that time. At 1:52 and 3 seconds. I just think about things like that. I don't know why, I just do. Next, we're going to add in these vintage beauties. Some came from, I think maybe all of them came from eBay. No, not the one in the center. I actually picked that up at an antique shop in California many years ago. But I like getting my clocks from West Germany. But before I place in the clocks, I wanted to add in some small little pots that are filled with moss. Just something sweet that gives that perfect pop of color. And simple. And we are going to place the clocks in a couple of the pots and one on top of a book. But that's about to change here in a moment because we're going to add on some cloches. I love placing clocks inside of cloches. So as you can see, I added another book where the larger cloche is because I wanted it to be taller than the other 2, and they were the same height with just the one book, and that's kind of boring. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit, and so I just I placed the clocks inside pots with moss and put just a simple cloche on top of them. Love the look. And over to the left, I changed that one clock from the at-home store out and put in my vintage clock. Now we're gonna move on up, and I'm going to add in these other books. These were a Facebook Marketplace find. Love the colors again, love all the woodland creatures, such fine detail. I'm gonna put down some of them. They're very heavy. I'll bring one back up. But the detail is just amazing on these books. They are fables. Wonderful woodland creatures. And this crest is just wonderful. You know, we have a family crest as well. You know, we went through that genealogy and we were traced all the way back to 5. And so I have quite a story to share there, and our family crest. We actually come from the Highlanders, which explains why we're so, we're very strong. Let's put it that way. So I hope to find more of these books. I just have the 3. So I wanted to have the front cover of one of them face out because it was just too embossed, too detailed to not share. So 2 are just going straight in and the other I'm showing the front. Now I'm going to add in a brass candlestick because I am making this bookshelf functional for sure. And then another brass candlestick with black. And I place them over to the left with another candlestick as well. That one's just kind of really blending in with the stones. And then just to give that pop of color, I'm going to add in this little basket that was purchased from Michael's with some ivy. Now I like having candlesticks out on my bookshelf because sometimes Bev gets kind of lazy and she doesn't want to have to go inside a shelf and pull out a candlestick, so it's nice having them out and about. Because sometimes you just want to light that taper candle as you're looking through a magazine or a book or just sitting there and simply staring out the window. Whatever it is you like doing during your quiet time. And down below I added in some of my candles, my taper candles. Now, I want to remind you what brother was sharing with sister as I take you up to take a view of the shelves. That was inside the nest. It is very rare to find one of these. So she's looking with pure amazement. She cannot believe what she is seeing. This is truly a gift. So when you're outside and you see your bird's nest, take a closer look. You just might see one inside. Everyone, I would like for you to meet Stuart. Stuart is the astute journeyman for sure. His travels have taken him many places around the world where he has been able to see all things small and wondrous. So, here at the Little Blue Fly, I asked Stuart to take off his golden hat and to share a tale or two with us all. I hope you are all ready for the adventure. He couldn't be any bigger than the size of a thimble.